Hi, this is Tutor and this is Proverbs 452. Proverb today is there but for the grace of God. Or sometimes you may also hear it as there but for the grace of God, go I. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right back. Let's get to it. If a person says there but for the grace of God, it means that it is likely one would have experienced or done the same bad thing that someone else did or that happened to someone else if God had not been watching over him or her. In this phrase, the term grace refers to the kindness or forgiveness God is willing to show toward the human race. Okay, let's continue. There are many who claim the origin of this phrase came from the English evangelical preacher and martyr John Bradford in the 1500s, but it is a disputed quote, which means there's some people out there that say, well, we can't find any 100% documented proof that he did it. Many claim this due to the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography, which usually has a good reputation, and they made this claim, but no citation has been found. The earliest citation after this is from Edward Bickersteth in 1822, repeating the Bradford story, also saying that Bradford said it, and giving him credit. The phrase has been commonly used since the 1700s. So no matter who said it first, whether it was John Bradford or somebody else, it's been a common phrase since the 1700s. I have seen it repeated in some movies by people too. Let's continue. All right, we got 4 examples here to show just how it's used. Here's the first one. He almost drove off a cliff in a snowstorm when the back of the wheel hit something and straightened the car out. There, but for the grace of God, he did not die that night. Yeah, so because maybe the car was actually heading off the cliff, and maybe for a few seconds he thought he was going to die, but something just happened. Car straightened out of nowhere. Number 2, there was a man who was supposed to be in the Twin Towers when they collapsed, but he woke up late that day and got caught in traffic. Yeah, I remember hearing this story from some man. There, but for the grace of God, he is still with us today. So maybe if he was on time that day and he was ahead of the traffic, maybe he would have been, I think he was supposed to be working in one of the upper floors where most of those people did not get out. All right, number 3, luckily he was away on vacation the day the earthquake struck and collapsed his apartment house, killing nearly everyone inside. There, but for the grace of God, his life was saved. So. If he wasn't on vacation, he might have went down. He might have been home at that time and went down with the building. All right, number 4. He said there, but for the grace of God, go I, because he said he was attacked by a crazy person and stabbed 40 times, but he survived. When he woke up, the nurse told him, you should be dead. Like almost anybody that this happens to, this much, been stabbed this many times, almost nobody survives this. While being operated on, his heart did stop, I guess, for a short time. And he claimed he did have an NDE, a near-death experience. And God told him he must go back and spread the word for him. That was the reason he was being sent back. Now, I heard this guy telling the story. He did eventually become a priest, but he said when he first came back, because he used to work for Hollywood in Hollywood movies, this wasn't really his thing. And he said he still didn't want to do it. He still didn't believe it. But he said he had 2 incidents of strangers coming up to him and telling him, you have to do this. God, claiming you have to do this. And he said after that, okay. And anyway, at least that's his story. That's what he claims. But anyway, there for the grace of God, he did not die from that crazy attacker. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.